Okay, welcome back, and once again I'm Cappadocia. Welcome back to Starcraft 2. This is another game that we've been playing. So up here in the northwest, we have myself playing as Zerg, and down here in the southwest we have Ayatsuru, who rolled as Zerg, random player. So here we go. So they're getting a bit of an earlier. Good luck and have fun. Obviously it's normal, and then I'm sorry by advance for the level difference. With the same level, I think, but they're building this. Okay, so they're going for an earlier Overlord than me. Let's have a look. Scouting drone. So they've gone for the Overlord rather than going for the extractor. They've gone for the Overlord. They're going to get a little bit ahead here, but it's sound off. It is. Ooh, sorry. They wonder why I wasn't hearing anything. Right. So I'm following my normal build pattern here at the moment. We're going for the extra base, which for Zerg is very important. So he's doing the same. So he's going to be slightly behind on that. At the moment, I'm producing more lings now, more drones now, so we'll catch up in the drone count, and pretty soon, in fact, I'm going to be ahead. So, there we go. So this is just slightly different variations on the build. They've sent a probe out, a drone out as a scout. I haven't. I'm using my Overlord, same as normal. They were just looking for any cheese builds, anything stupid, I think. So, yeah. Excuse me. Whew. Right. Very gassy today. Okay, so I'm just chasing him out. Obviously he's sat up there. I don't know why he was doing that, but there you go. Playing a few more minerals than me, but we're about the same. I'm slightly ahead, I think, on my pool. But yeah, very slightly. Let's have a look. Yeah, very slightly. Not by a lot. I'm also slightly ahead on that, but obviously they have, they had the earliest supply. They're going for an extra Overlord early. Okay. So yeah, yeah, this game, not a very long game, as you can see on here, but it's the only game really recently that's been any good. Most of the rest of them have all been cheese builds that I've been, either losing to or battling off. Everyone just seems to be cheesing the ladder at the minute. I think it's probably where kids are on holiday at the moment, so hopefully next week things will be back to normal and I'll actually be able to get a few decent games in, other than the tournament game that I hope you enjoyed, the Terran Salt Mine game. That was quite, yeah, that was quite something, wasn't it? But yeah, often a draw in that situation was fucking stupid. But yeah, this week's mostly going to be Ethiopia, carrying on with that. Hopefully, be joined by my good lady at some point to do something special, but we'll see. Okay, so they're going for, went for link speed a lot earlier than I did. So here we're starting to see the diversion. Now, the digression even. Now, I saw these moving out, obviously with my Overlord. Yeah. So, I started to build more lings than him. Basically, I want the advantage in the link count. He's going to drive my Overlord away. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, I'm just sending 3-4 links to the front. There we go. There's 2 more arriving now. Oh, excuse me. Right, so we're just going to quickly pick them off. Now, the idea behind this is that he is going to see, if I just rewind this just slightly, and if we watch it from the Ariatsu cam. Okay, so he's driving that away. He's watching that being driven away. Very scary.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay, so he's grabbed them remotely. He hasn't even looked. But now, all he sees is this small little patch here so far. He got a brief glimpse. Let's rewind that a sec. Did he actually look? Let's have a look. Because for some reason the camera didn't kick in. So, here we go. Oh, he actually can. Let's have a look. So, we sent his units out. Still building drones. Off they go.
A new queen has emerged.
Kerrigan's bag. Okay, so he's hotkeyed those lings. Right.
We have met the enemy in combat.
He's seen a few of the lings. There you go. So he sees 6 lings, and he sees a couple of them chasing him out. And he's going to continue to try and drive that Overlord away. He's got a couple of extra lings back, but he sees the lings now following him. But what he doesn't see is this coming around the back. Now this, I wanted him to see. I'm quite happy for him to see this. I've also got some lings sat at home not doing anything. Right, he's now going to turn around and fight. And he's going to get eaten there and there. I'm going to lose, but I'm running away. But now, with him. Here we go. We can cause some damage. We've got a big ling run by coming in. His speed kicks in just before mine. He's building a lot of lings now. But we're after queens here. We're going to kill the queens. And his losses are going to start mounting now. Do I get that one? Yes, I do. Worth it. Worth it, worth it, worth it. And if we have a look in income, we're about level. It fluctuates up and down a lot, as you see, but we're about level. Okay, he's now rebuilding 2 queens. I'm building 1. I'm getting more lings up. Let's have a look. What's the controls like here? About equal. One's slightly ahead. But we're about equal on control as well, on control speed. Now he's sending across what he hopes is going to be, obviously, do some damage here. But there's a Ling force waiting for him. I'm a bit slow on my reactions here, which is stupid of me, but there we go. So he cuts in to have a quick look what I'm doing. What's he going to see? Macro hatch, lots of Ling, lots of drones mining. Not a lot, really, so far. He's going for a Baneling nest, a Roach Warren, and he is expanding to a 3rd. I have the 3rd, so I have the extra production at the moment. He does not have a 3rd hatch. He's going for a Baneling nest and a Roach Warren at the back. I am going for lots and lots and lots of Lings. Here we go. So we're running him. Looking to do a bit more damage. We're going to pull him back out. There we go. We took a couple of nibbles out of that, but at the moment we're just chasing him off. Now we're going back into his mineral line. Looking to cause trouble. We're going to eat another queen. Here we go. Cut these off. This is losing him mining time. That's important. We see Banelings here. That was really stupid of me because I lost everything there. But, again, we're still ahead at the moment, so our pushes have been effective so far. We know he has Banelings, so what do? We start producing our own Baneling nest, and we build a crap ton more Lings. Knowing that he could push across the map with basically 4 or 5 Banelings and make an absolute mess of this. But, we're off again. Now, again, we're splitting our forces, so that he doesn't know where we're going. Alright, we're going to meet up in the middle. Okay. Now my target here, I'm going to separate these Lings off, send them off that way, and send these guys off this way. Okay, we're going to pincer attack here. So we come down here. We're looking for things to kill. Baneling see us and get in and kill everything there. But at the time that's happening, we're launching a counter attack here. We're coming for this base. Again, we've just got loads of Lings. We're looking to do as much damage as we can. This base I want dead. Realistically speaking, that's what I want. Here he comes. Now these can obviously make a nice mess of my day. But before he manages to ignite them, we're off and we are running. There we go. We've been pretty good so far in our tradings. We're building a few Banelings at the back. Well, I am. Don't know why I keep saying we. You lot aren't doing fuck all, it's me. But I'm building Banelings now by the score, just to basically to stop if he decides to push across the map with this. Having a couple of Banelings in there realistically against Mass Ling is devastating. So a couple of Banelings of my own is enough, should be enough to scare his Banelings away. At least that's the theory. Okay, we're moving out again, just to be on the safe side. See what we see. There we go. We lose a lot of Lings there. That was really stupid of me. First thing I do, immediately pull back. Now I do have a Roach Warren already on the way, but it's a little bit late. He's now pushing on to Hive Tech, which is interesting. He's going for Infestation, so now realistically you should be pressing that button in a minute. He's tech rushing something. Interesting. And he's going to rebuild that down there. Okay, intriguing. Right, with random players, which is what this person is, Ayatsu is basically they're either going to be cheese builders, macro gods, you know, mechanical gods in the game, or they're going to be somewhere in between. Yeah, realistically, that's the only third option here. This guy seems to be somebody who's not cheesing. Chair squeaking. They're not cheese building, so that negates that. They're not. Their mechanics don't seem to be too bad, but they're not sort of, you know, god level. So I think this is somebody who just hasn't decided which is their favourite race, or they've tried all three and just play whichever springs to mind. Either that or it's someone who's using a Smurf account and they are just fucking about. Which is of course possible. Now we're just going to charge him. We do have a few roaches at the back of our own now. I'm building more roaches, he's building links. I'm also going for roach speed. Now does he have that in that place? No, he doesn't. So we've managed to pin him into the corner. And now we feast. There we go. So his once massive army is now shrunk We've lost a few more units now, but again, it's not a major issue at the moment. We're pinning him back, which is what we need to be doing. Here we go. This way, just a couple of banelings would have made a mess of that, for these lings at the front, but his ling shield worked well. We're dodging the corrosive bars as he's lobbing them up. At least we're trying to. There we go. More lings, more roaches coming through. We're building lots of lings now, because he's on the run. So lings can hunt these things down. Lings are fast. He doesn't have enough lings to do much damage to me. Okay, now that was a mistake. He left a gap there a few seconds where he wasn't building anything. Now let's pause this a sec. What do we know? Oop. What do we know so far? What does he know? Let's have a look. He sees a lot. His map coverage is good. His creep spread is horrible. It's worse than mine, to be honest. And what do I know? I know he has a base there. That's about it. So my scouting really was terrible here. But here we come. We're going to see this here, so we know what this means. So we're just going to come down and we're going to take this out again. Third time we're going to remove this base. A third base for Zerg, a third hatch is really important. That's production for a Zerg. It's not just supply income, it's production. And it's so important to have that. Obviously, because with Terran you build more barracks. With Protoss you build more gates. With Zerg, hatches are what you need. There we go, so we've got that. Our guys are just sat around. And at the moment, our supply, we're 30 up. He's got a fair amount here. Here we go, production. We've got banelings popping. Still have a few lings lurking at home. We're going to bring them with us when we come. We're going to send the whole army. He's building a few banes himself. That's fine. Here come my banelings. The bane train has reached the station. There we go. There we go. That's the end of his banelings. He's sending in a few drones. His queens are about to die. This queen's not going to be far off. I spot these now. I'm worried that he may have an upgrade lead here. He doesn't, but I was worried that he did. So I thought if I remove that, if he's researching, it cuts his research out. If not, it gives me time. Okay, here come the last of his units now. I'm reinforcing across the map with speed roaches. I remembered I didn't send a march of the slow roaches at him. He's got plenty of energy in these queens, especially this one here. So we're going to step forward, we're just going to start shooting the queens. We're not going to worry about the roaches too much. Roaches are pretty tanky, but if we can remove the queens, he can't heal them. That was the aim there, and he GG's out. So that was that. Okay, so let's have a quick look at this game. What we think we did right, where things went for us, where things went for him. First thing first, expanding on this game was horrible on my part. I need to be expanding better than that. Also, I'm not spending my gas, which is a nightmare. I should have Evo chambers up. I should have my wall here, but I haven't. So, yeah, there were lots of things. I was busy fighting, so there were lots of things that I wasn't keeping up on, which is really bad. But the fact that I outproduced him, outmuscled him, I was really quite proud of. Shutting this down as many times as we did was a really good thing. Our crit spread wasn't brilliant again. I know I need to work on that. It's something that I always forget about when I'm playing. So that's something I really need to work on. But other than that, I think I did okay. So other than expansions, other than my inject cycles, I kept missing them. My creep spread, my upgrades, basically everything other than building units and money, I sucked at. And even then, spending my money was abysmal. I needed that button. Now they got rid of 100 of it. I mean, come on. Yeah, I needed to do that better, and I didn't. What did I do right? I picked the right tech at the right time. Obviously I could have done with some roaches earlier on, but other than that, that was about it really. You know, we attacked when we had to. We did some stupid attacks that I really regret, like for example the loss of banelings here, loss of the banelings over there. Yep, that was stupid. We really need to dig harder than that. But obviously the final attack at the end here was really good. Now, I had Saru. Okay, so you did have a micro hatch up. I didn't see when you got that. When did you get that? Right towards the end. Okay, so that was sort of, I can't build down here, I'm going to build, alright. So that was, instead of expanding down here, sort of, I can't build down here, he won't let me. I'll build it up here instead. A little bit too late, mate. You never had the never had full supply. You had lots of overlords, but you never really had enough supply to use them. Your upgrades, worse than mine. All you had was link speed, no roach speed. Roach speed is really useful. Yeah, so really, and then obviously I was outproducing you for 2/3 of the game because I had the extra hatchery and you didn't. Your creep spread, like I said, was worse than mine. I can't actually see. I can see one creep tumor on the whole map. I mean, obviously I only had one. You killed my expander one, so yeah, fair play. But you never got. Your income wasn't enough. You weren't spending it either. Look. You didn't have enough lava to spend all the resources that you had, and that's the reason why mine is lower. Is because of the extra hatch over here. I mean, I'm building another hatch here. I'm about to start expanding onto my third, and then build another one over here was the plan, and then begin mining over there when these guys have all finished. I like to keep. Those of you who watched any of my games here will know I like to keep 3 bases mining because that's basically the most I can spend. In fact, even then I can't really bloody spend it, but it keeps me, ticking over. That's actually quite a good way to finish. Look at that queen, melting. But yeah, so once it got to this stage, obviously it was too late. For me, the crux of the game came with that first Ling Roach push. Now it strikes me that was a timing attack. It strikes me that you've built up to the point where you can get those and then push. I don't quite know where you were going with this, but still, it strikes me that was a timing push on your part. So push across the map at that specific time. How early was it? Let's have a look. There's my expansion. Here we go. So yeah, about 5 minutes into the game, almost to the nose, you start pushing. Let's have a look. So yeah, you're arriving over here about 4 minutes into the match. So that's your first push, and then obviously your roach one comes later. But this Ling push, obviously as soon as you saw my Lings at the door, you weren't going to get him. Yeah, so that was that. We're both on the same position, and then you begin building roaches. You've got your roach one on the way, but as well as a baneling nest. Like I said, I don't get where you were going with some of your tech choices here, but so there, as soon as that pops, we start pushing roaches, and I'm chasing you back. Your third, denying that was really useful for me. Let's have a look at this. There we go, roaches there. So 5 minutes into the game, and you're starting to produce roaches to build up to what is essentially a 10-minute timing attack. There you go. 10 minutes, about 8 minutes. Yeah, 7 minutes you leave your base. Okay, I spot it. I run away. Okay, immediately start building a lot more Lings. But now it seems you're a bit confused. But this looks like the push that you intended to kill me with. This looks like you're... Because at this moment in time, you are literally locking onto this. Where are you? There we go. Hey, it's a scam. Expanding there. Here we go. Building a few little bits in the background. Here we go.
A mineral field has been depleted.
And you're focusing on this. There we go, a couple of builds. And then you're going to move your camera slightly this way and come in. And you're going to sit there and you're going to watch this all the way through this fight.
Mineral field depleted.
As soon as the fight begins, I'm guessing that your camera will be locked. Let's take a look.
A new queen has emerged.
There we go, we killed off all your Lings, which you weren't expecting. You're building emergency Lings now. 600 APM, impressive. But most of it's just in small taps there that's not going to do anything. Because you're on the back foot. Here we go. And now you just can sit here and watch you guys die. You're clicking like a mad thing here. But all those extra clicks aren't doing anything. So yeah, you're inflating your APM, it looks good. At the end of the day, it didn't help, did it? Oh, you killed my Ling. But that engagement is what cost you the entire game. At that point, you're behind. You're on the back foot. You're miles behind in supply. You've got loads of cash because you weren't spending it while you were busy doing that. You haven't been hitting injects, which is really useful for Zerg. if you focus like you need to keep these inject cycles. So having lots of queens is good, but having inject cycles is important, because instead of having... Right, for those who don't know the basic mechanics of Zerg need lava. These little things down here, these little larvae. Now, each hatch, lair, or hive can only produce 3 at a time. That's it. 3. 1, 2, 3. So you'll only ever have 3 of these little buggers walking around. Now, if you take a look at mine, over here, right, in production, got lots of units. Now, if you look later on, at one point, it says 7 larvae on one of my hatches. How did we get that, I wonder? Well, we've got these little knobbles on here. You can see them on mine. Mine are going bright green. And mine has a little bar. See? On each of them. His doesn't. Now what this has done, basically, my queen has hit an inject. There. Basically injecting extra larvae in, and after a while 5 larvae will jump out. I think it's 5. Which gives me plenty of larvae. This is how I'm out producing him. He's going for basic, as if it was a barracks, just pumping out 3 units at a time, whereas I'm forcing it to pump out extra. Which in a Zerg, for Zerg, is really, really useful. That extra kick, if you can get enough larvae, you can build up enough. For example, I've done it before when you have like a big enemy pushing into your base, and then suddenly, bang, they get 20 ultras jump on them. Yeah, fully upgraded ultras that they're not ready for, and it carves them to pieces. Those are the sort of things that you can do with that particular ability. If you don't use it, then all you're going to get is 3. He's got plenty of queens, but he's got lots of energy on them. You know, spreading creep would have been good, putting down a couple of tumours around here. Linking your bases up, because Zerg are really slow over this stuff. We like this stuff. Don't like this stuff. Run away. But yeah, we do. We eat the creep, so it keeps us alive. But on creep, all I mean, it's like the queen. You've seen the queen when it gets to the edge here and suddenly goes. Same with hydras. So really quick, and suddenly they go. They go down slower than broodlords. And so, yeah, having creeps would have been useful. The injects would have been really useful. I get you're a random player, and possibly Zerg aren't your strongest race, but what you need to do is work on that. Work on your injects, keep your creep going a little bit. You didn't really get any upgrade. In fact, you didn't get any upgrades at all. Speed for any Zerg unit is really, really handy. That is. You got link speed. That was the only one you got. Yeah, I mean, you went for a hatch in the end. You could have got adrenal glands as well. That's 20% extra bite. And, you know, that scales. Comes in really useful. But yeah, I think... And by the way, your apologies say at the start saying I'm sorry in advance for the level difference. Dude, it doesn't matter, right? At the end of the day, there is, you know, I think you're the same level as me. I think you're the same league as me at this point. So I don't know whether that's just because someone told you to say that or what, or whether you're not English and you're just apologising inadvertently. But, you know, you got eaten. Your attack wasn't ready. You didn't. Your Zerg mechanics. Zerg are very different to all the other races, purely because of the way they operate from the lair, with all the all the different bits and pieces. You know, the pool in there and everything else. We don't build from barracks or gateways like everyone else does. We can't just build. If we want more production, we can't just build 100 more barracks. We have to build hatcheries, and then we have to decide. Each larvae is like an extra resource for us. Right? Where everyone else has, you know, gas, minerals, supply, we have gas, minerals, supply, and larvae. And we have to decide every time we have a larvae, what do we want? What do we want from it? Are we going to build units? Are we going to build mining drones? And so every chance you get to increase the amount of larvae, especially for free, just on cooldown, is so useful, right? And you can't afford to keep missing it the way you were. In fact, you didn't really do it at all, and it's so useful. You can't. Having those extra, especially in a Zerg versus Zerg, where realistically in the Zerg versus Zerg, numbers are what carry the day. Upgrades can be really useful, but for the most part, if you've got the bigger army, you're gonna win. Okay, bigger army of the right composition always wins. I mean, you know, you can take out all that with one Baneling, so one lucky Baneling can change the entire thing. But you get what I mean. For the most part, the extra units are really, really useful, and so just charging up and getting yourself beaten like that wasn't the best of plans, did? Really wasn't. But anyway, I'm rambling on. Was a good game. You're obviously a very good player. But having all the extra APM in the world won't help you if you're stuck in a fight like that. What you needed was just more units, more stuff, and the best way to get that is more bases and injects. Which is why I have that. Something that you built very late in the game, just here. But, there. Where is it? Just as I'm shutting down. Right, so it's just as I'm shutting down this base here. Right, let's watch. That's what I can. So, right, here come your units pushing back. Oh, you've... Blimey, injects, there we go, look at that. You should never miss an inject, you should never have that much energy on your queens.
Our base is under attack.
Here we go. So I'm shutting that down, and at the time I'm shutting that down, you're building that here. Okay, you got more roaches in production. But at this point... What are you up to? You're not doing anything with... I can... Oh yeah, there we go, creep tumors. This is what's known technically as too little, too late. By this point in the game, you've lost already. You're dead, you just don't know it yet. Right, building up banelings, yeah, good plan. Pulling home a couple of roaches, good plan. You can see me pulling out units at the other end of the map. My lings. So you know they're coming. I can lose this all day, not a problem. It's really weird seeing my units in red and yours in green. But if we switch across, point, sit the other way. By this point, obviously, like I said already, you're dead. If you have to pull, at this stage of the game, if you have to pull your workers, you've lost already. Could you hold this? Doubtful. Even with 3 queens full of energy, doubtful. At this point, I would be seriously looking at this thinking, how am I still in this game? Seeing that, and then seeing reinforcements pouring across the map, because I know you can see them coming out the base up there. Be honest, I'd be tapping at this point. You've obviously got the micro and you've got the skills. But as soon as you lost that big roach push, you were done. So like I said, that's what I would work on for you, my friend, is your basic Zerg mechanics. They're not for everyone, they're very different. But that, I think, is what you really need to work on. But anyway, I'm going to leave that there. So again, thank you for your time. Yeah, it was a nice game. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. It wasn't a big long one, but it was pretty back and forth. It could have gone either way right up until that last engagement. But yeah. So again, thanks for your time. If if you do see this, my friend, then well played, mate. You were just unfortunate. I think that the drive there at the end was your undoing. That big roach drive, yeah. With the amount of lings I had once I caught you, I think you're pretty much done there, my friend. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that there. So for the minute, I've been Cappadocia, signing off.